Of course, their strategy.
What an amazing analogy.
It is. Their strategy to compete with digital streaming, but can reboots and remakes win over viewers again? Joining us to tell us more is Kate Spies, VP of Audience Development over at BAUER XCEL Media. As always, hey, we love having you on the show. Can these reheated leftovers really win over viewers?
I'm with you. I think they are reheated leftovers. And even though there was so much love for these kind of shows in the early 90s, I think we maybe need to leave them alone.
Right. They were great for a particular reason.
Absolutely. You know, they were great when they aired the first time, but really we don't have any new ideas that we can bring to viewers.
Right. It's kind of similar to the mode that we do with films. You know, that we have so many sequels and redos of so many movies. Excuse me, I'm still going after my Spam burrito.
He's serious.
I mean, just the list, the upfronts, of course, for all the television networks are happening right now where they go and they pitch their shows to advertisers. You know, we see ABC is bringing back American Idol and Roseanne. We have Will and Grace is coming back to NBC. You know, Jimmy Kimmel is going to redo the Oscars this next year. Like, I wonder at a particular point, obviously they worked really well at a particular time, but it's like, I wonder if the ratings are going to be there at this particular time for, you know, something like Roseanne.
Yeah, I worry. I think we saw with Gilmore Girls when Netflix did their reboot of Gilmore Girls, everyone was so excited in the lead up, but then when it aired, it was a bit meh. You know, it just didn't have that same sparkle as the original did. And I think we saw the same with Sex and the City when they tried to make it a movie. Leave the original ideas alone, you know? Just because it worked once doesn't necessarily mean it'll work again. And you're right, at the ABC upfronts, it was like a blast to the past.
Right,
you know?
yes. Because Ryan Seacrest comes out, well, although it's not even confirmed if Ryan Seacrest is hosting this or not, but Ryan Seacrest comes out and he's like, this is American Idol on ABC. And I was like, oh, where have I heard this before?
Yeah, you just actually heard it last year on Fox.
Exactly.
And that's why. There's another show that I want to talk about specifically, Roseanne. You know what kills me about Roseanne, Kate? Let me just tell you. They're bringing back the original. No, because I know that you know this. They're bringing back the original cast members. So they're bringing back Roseanne.
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, you know, they're bringing back, what's his name, the
John
husband.
Goodman,
But
Sarah Gilbert.
he
died.
He died, Baker. How, I mean, what is this so far? Is this one life
His
to live?
show is going his ghost is going to go over the whole show.
How are you bringing him back when he died like a decade ago?
Maybe he narrates the show like that woman on Desperate Housewives did.
Oh yeah, maybe he's going to be the omnipresent narrator. But really, he died.
He so died.
He really died. So I think that's going to be very interesting to see how they bring him back. And they've only announced 8 episodes, so I guess potentially they're not 100% sure themselves about the reboot.
Is Sarah Gilbert's new character on the show going to be gay? That's a valid question, because in the original, she wasn't. Darlene was her name. She wasn't gay. Then, you know, she's come out. She's a very, you know, active LGBT.
Sarah Gilbert, yes.
Supporter. Is her new character, when she comes back on the show, going to be, or is she going to be with that guy with the crazy hair?
I actually think there's a larger question here that I didn't even realize you were such a large Roseanne fan.
I know, deep knowledge.
Yes.
I'm sorry that I know so much.
She's been festering these questions for so many years. Let's go to a larger thing. Obviously, we're in such a hyper-politicized time right now. There's so much interest in political dramas and stuff like that. ABC had their big one in Scandal for so many years, and now they've announced that this is going to be the last year of Scandal. Do you think a show like Scandal could have survived a Trump, administration or a Trump year?
Surely these guys are getting so much fodder for Scandal, but I think Shonda Rhimes has come out and said, you know what, I've always had the end in sight for Scandal, and now is the time. And I think what she's so good at is killing a show when it's time. So
except it's Grey's, unless it's Grey's Anatomy.
14 seasons on.
And on top of that, they're announcing Grey's Anatomy with a firefighter edition that's coming out.
But don't we all still love Grey's?
Yeah.
I do.
You do.
I do.
Something that I don't love, live musicals. And the fact that ABC is trying to dip into the live musical game, because that's what NBC needed, was competition for another 2 to 3 hours of boringness on TV. Now ABC wants to do a live musical. I'm just saying, of the Little Mermaid, folks. Are you in or are you out on The Little Mermaid?
I am in, and usually I like to agree with your hating, but this one, The Little Mermaid's so dear to my heart. I'm excited to see this, as long as they don't butcher it, which of course is, you know, a high possibility.
Yes, it is.
I'm into this one. I'm counting down till October.
Are you hoping that Lindsay Lohan gets the lead role?
Oh, no, please. Dear Lord, no.
Man, the shade in this room is killing me right now. Thank you. So many great things. We're gonna have to have you back when we're watching all these shows and we're like, okay, you know what? They weren't as terrible as we thought they were. And she's gonna give you a Roseanne.
Oh, I'm gonna give you the Roseanne right now. Definitely, as always, we love having you. Kate Spies, VP of Audience Development at BAUER XCEL Media. And coming up in between bells, the future of machine learning. But first, get ready, folks, for The Legend of Zelda to hit your smartphone.